Tornado. Spencer Boyd joined now alongside Trip Tobin, who was out this morning for game one, and he's back in the fold now, as I was out Thursday, back in the fold today. Nick Verzolini, Colin McLaughlin, and Braden Schaffner on camera. Back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. Happy to have you with us. Here is the countdown of first pitch, a close count, or a quick countdown of first pitch, brought to you by the Skinner Law Firm, Injury and Consumer Rights Lawyers. Call 304-245-6613. Go to SkinnerFirm.com. Martinsburg getting the win earlier today, Nick, in run and roll fashion.
Yeah, good win for the Bulldogs earlier today, a team that definitely needed a win after some tough EPAC losses. Saw some good things at the plate. You're able to get a lot of different guys in the game. Jameer Brown comes out, freshman, first varsity start, gets you 7 strikeouts, and then you have some other guys come in and clean things up. So I think for Martinsburg, it was a real positive outing. You were able to get a lot of guys in the game, get some different looks, get some different pitching as well, and get to see what you have out of your team against a Class A school in Petersburg. Now you have another opportunity here against Double-A Kaiser to potentially get a win, but they're a solid group. So
they did just conclude a game, though, with Petersburg.
Right, they just run-ruled Petersburg. What was it, 20-10 is what they said. After there's some controversy over what the actual score was, but either way, it was a run-rule win. So it should be a fun one here, and we'll see how Martinsburg can carry over that momentum for the first game.
On the mound for the Bulldogs, Ben Reisenweber. 1-1 in his starts with a 3.5 ERA. First pitch coming in, fouled off at 5:25 p.m. So batting first for Kaiser and catching number 27, Noah Broadwater. Batting second, the shortstop, number 21, Seth Healy. Batting third, the first baseman, number 12, Caden Youngblood. Batting fourth, third baseman, number 5, Logan Rutruck. Second pitch in there, low for ball 1. Breaks count to 1-1. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 33, Connor Bennett. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Josh Shoemaker. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 4, Christopher Bean. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Hunter Haar. And batting ninth around the lineup, the center fielder, number 19, Chase Davis. Pitch there comes in and hit off of the leg of Reisenweber, and it's going to be a single for Broadwater. Call time to potentially check on Reisenweber's the ball hit off his leg.
Road truck took that one right back up the box. Coach Bauer's going to go out and take a look at Ben, make sure it didn't get him. I think it might have got him there on the shin a little bit. Once it ricocheted off, got over to the infield with no play on the speedy Broadwater.
Broadwater now sitting on first base, the catcher.
They must have added Bennett for this game because he's not even on the roster. Must have brought in a ringer.
Yeah, that could have just not been an up-to-date roster. There actually might be, Trip, a bottom to that roster.
Oh, okay. We don't have them all then. Makes sense because number 31's the last.
We do. It's right there.
Oh, there they are, the rest of the team.
Yeah. But batting now, number 21, Seth Healy, the shortstop. First pitch coming in from Reisenweber. And low for ball 1, bounces off the chest plate of Siffert.
Looks like the Golden Tornadoes have a wide receiver on their roster, number 81, Leighton Valentine.
They brought the wind with them.
Yeah, the starting lineups, those are brought to you by Tripp's Flooring. Trip, if you're not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs, call Tripp's Flooring and Trip Tobin at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. It is still tripsfloorsanding.com.
Tripsfloorsanding.com, that's where you can find me. And look at that pictures that need updated of my
first pitch came in there.
My selfie.
It's now a 1-1 count back up the middle. It's going to go off the pitcher's mound, and they're going to only get one. Hitter, Seth Healy.
So that's good. So they were hitting and running there. It's a good thing he was running because the ball landed right on the bag, and Broadwater was stealing, so he beat the slow roller to the bag. Boover did a nice job of giving up on the double play and just going ahead and trying to get the out there.
First baseman now is Caden Youngblood, number 12. He's due up.
It did move the runner up, so, there's a quality out there.
That pitch behind the hitter. As a curveball.
Tried to throw the curve.
Didn't curve.
The curve that didn't curve.
Happened a few times earlier in game 1 today.
Mm-hmm. Wind blowing in.
The 1-0 delivery on the way. That one high and tight. Moves the batter out of the way just a little bit. Brings counting out at 2-0. The weather, that is brought to you by CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue, home of the lifetime limited powertrain warranty with every new vehicle that they sell at no additional cost to you. Windy evening here, rain in the forecast. Pitch coming there is a swinging strike. Did you get a little bit of that?
I don't know. Couldn't really tell. Wind kind of blew in my ears there for a second. Didn't hear nothing. Blew in the headset.
2-1 the count. That one back up the middle once again. Goes into the outfield, and coming around to score is Noah Broadwater. So that one skipped off the glove of Everhart at second and into the outfield for a single, an RBI single for Youngblood.
Yeah, nice set of hitting there. The ball was on the outer half. Fastball just went with it. Everhart give all he had, tried to get dirty there. Kind of what you call belly play, where you want to get dirty and make a dive, try to keep that on the infield to save the run, but he wasn't able to get there in time, so 1-0.
First pitch in there for a called strike. Brings the count to 0-1 on Logan Rotruck, the third baseman, number 5. Runner on first. Went in there, hit over to Oviedo, and he's going to go to second to get the out. And they're going to get the double play around the horn for the double play then to end the inning, but not before Kaiser can put up an early run on a Caden Youngblood RBI single. We'll be back for the bottom of the first, where the Bulldogs will take their first at bat. You're tuned into EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here as we get you set for the bottom of the first inning. We'll go over the lineup for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Batting first, number 7, the center fielder, Jordan Canby. Batting second, number 24, the third baseman, Braden Oviedo. Batting third, number 3, Michael Lupus, the first baseman. Batting fourth, number 4, Landon Siffert, doing the catching tonight. Batting fifth, the shortstop once again, number 5, Carson Buber. Batting sixth, the designated hitter and pitcher, Ben Reisenweber. Batting seventh, number 15, the right fielder, Christian Alter. Batting eighth, number 25, Isaac Grove, playing left field and batting ninth. Number 2, the second baseman this afternoon, getting more playing time, Keegan Everhart. And talked with Coach Byler earlier because saw he's in the lineup for 2 games in a row, and he's really liked what he's seen out of Everhart here of late.
Yeah, talking to Coach Byler about his lineup, said Everhart's doing all the right things, working hard. You know, he didn't, he wrestled there. He's wrestled, so he came in a little late in the, and I guess you would call it their spring training, or there a couple weeks prior to, opening day. So he's a little bit behind from wrestling as far as, getting his reps. But, he's been kind of sitting, waiting his turn. He's been courtesy running and doing everything right at practice. He's working hard, and, he competes. That's the word you keep hearing from Aaron Byler when you talk about Keegan Everhart, as the young man comes in and competes, and at this level, that's all you can ask out of him is to compete. Compete when you're batting, compete when you're playing the field, compete when you're running the bases, compete when you're, when you're not in the game. You can still compete and be a team player, and that's all the aspects that he likes about Keegan's game. So, young man's earned a spot in 2 games in a row, and we'll see where that goes. Hopefully, he can. Keep it up and be an asset to this team as he has been so far.
Canby leading off here for the Bulldogs. First pitch coming in. A called strike right down the middle. Coming from Connor Bennett. One in there. High and inside for ball one. Brings the count to 1-1 here on this breezy evening. As I mentioned in the weather outlook, that one hit into right center field, right in the gap. So it's going to be a leadoff single for Jordan Canby, doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, did a great job there. Again, just like we've seen Kaiser do, stayed behind the baseball. These high school pitchers like to own the outside of the plate. These hitters have to learn to hit that way. You get front foot hitters here at this level who want to pull the ball and roll everything over. But so far we're seeing some good at bats from both sides here.
Pitch of the EPAC baseball roundup. First pitch now into Oviedo. High for ball one. Pitch of the EPAC baseball roundup. Musselman won 12-3 game one over Greenbrier East, then came out 15-0 over the Spartans in Beckley. As they were forced to play elsewhere after the Morgantown tournament kind of got moved around with everything not allowed, changes in the fields. Is that what it was, Trip?
What's that?
At the Morgantown tournament.
Yeah, there were some issues with, not being able to guarantee some of these teams that were traveling, the ability to play for sure because of the weather.
Yeah.
They said it'd be weather pending, and it's just, once you spend a couple of $1,000s on motel rooms and things like that, if you really look at the weather, and I think that was the deciding factor for Musselman. I talked to Coach Josh Hartman, they wasn't going to spend that kind of team money and then go up there and get rained out. So
decided to meet Greenbrier East and Beckley at Epling Stadium, the former home of the West Virginia Miners, I believe. They went to have two games there. And is Spring Mill still playing at Morgantown tonight?
They canceled as well.
Okay, I did not know that. That one hit on a fly to right field, and Canby's got to go back as Oviedo. Thought he had a hit there.
Right fielder made a heck of a play out there. I mean, I'm with Canby. I kind of read it as a ball that got by him, and Canby read it, and then the young man out in right field there threw his hand up there at the last minute and made a heck of a play. So Canby had to retreat. I don't have the positions down just yet for the game, so I'm sorry. I can't see his number, but it's a heck of a play out there by the right fielder for the Golden Tornadoes.
Christopher Bean.
Great play by Christopher Bean.
And Canby's running, and now he's going to be way safe. That's in the center field, and he's going to take third on the errant throw. So Canby now 90 feet away from scoring as he steals the base and then takes another one on the errant throw.
Yeah, I mean, he was gone on that play. There was no way of getting him. The catcher come up, did all he could to make that throw, and it sailed into center field. Canby head first slide, popped up and took off for third, come in standing.
With one out here, now up is Michael Lupus. He fouls that one off. Brings count to 1-1.
So we'll see, what Coach Ballard talked about in those losses, how they didn't have a great approach at the plate with men on base. See, we got the infield back, and pretty much anything but a ground ball or a strike, a ground ball to the, or hit by pitch doesn't score the run either. But I was going to say anything to the corners or the pitcher. Other than that, everything scores. So you got to take those easy RBIs. But Lupus didn't get a shot there because he took a curve ball and just stood his ground, let it hit him there, and it looks like the elbow or the side there. And so now you got men on first and third with one of the hottest hitters in the game here up in Landon Sifford.
Yeah, Landon Sifford at the plate.
You're talking about your EPAC roundup last night. There was two EPAC games as Washington fell to Jefferson and Hedgesville 10-run Spring Mills.
Yeah. Talked about that in game one. Due up to the plate, Landon Sifford. He's 2 for 3 earlier in the last game. He's going to bunt here, perfectly bunt to bring home Canby and move over Lupus, doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, not totally surprised as Martinsburg, was down a run. Got to get that run back one way or the other. With 2 outs there, you've got to you figure out a way to get somebody on, get that run in, and with 1 out there, you got to figure out a way to get that run in there and tie this game up.
Sack RBI bunt from Landon Sifford. Puts Lupus at second. Due up Carson Buber, first one high for ball one as he kind of scrunches down to not get hit.
It was a bit of a squeeze, safety squeeze. But he pushed up the first baseline. The speedy Canby wasn't even a shot. So
That one swung into right field, going back on it as a right fielder. He makes another great catch. And to end the inning, but we'll head to the top of the second inning, but not before Martinsburg is able to tack on the tying run. And we're headed into the second inning, tied at 1. You're tuned into EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 60 seconds.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice. Ever try to collect on an insurance claim?
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Due up is the pitcher in the 5th spot, Connor Bennett, the left fielder, Josh Shoemaker, and the right fielder, Christopher Bean, in the 5, 6, and 7 spots.
See what Weber can do here. Martinsburg went ahead and got, did what they had to do to get that run in, get him over, and get him in. Canby got on, and Coach Ballard was not about to leave that run out there. He did talk about some of the situational hitting, so that's what a coach does. If you don't situational hit very well, then the coach will dictate it. All the guy says, I don't like to bunt or don't like to do this. Well, then do go with the ball, get the ball near, get the easy RBIs. And Martinsburg didn't do that a couple of games, but so the coach can dictate that if he wants by having you bunt.
First pitch into Bennett is a call strike 1. Second pitch is low and outside for ball 2. Ball 1 brings count 2 even at 1.
I think it's important to get that run back anyway. I mean, he may have gotten Sifford up there, put the ball in the gap or something. You might have got more than one run, but I think psychologically you have to match that first run of the inning, and stay even as long as possible until things really pick up.
1-1 pitch from Reisenweber.
Especially
2-1 pitch comes in, makes it 2-2.
Especially with a runner on third, you don't want to leave that guy out there.
Nah, and they have done it. They left some runners on base. There's a couple of losses, and so, again, the coach can dictate that bunt or that squeeze, or, if you're not going to hit the ball on the ground and get that easy RBI or lift the ball or do the things you need to do if you're going to strike out or, things like that, then, we as coaches are going to make sure we get those runs in.
Swung on and missed. Ball dropped. Will tag him out and strikeout for Reisenweber.
How bad for the Golden Tornadoes, the left fielder, number 9.
First strikeout of the game. Bennett strikes out. Now Josh Shoemaker up to bat. Number 9. First pitch outside for ball 1. The 1 delivery swung on and missed for strike 2.
Left fielder here, I believe, for the Golden Tornadoes.
Yes, Josh Shoemaker.
Wind blowing is going to be tough on these outfielders today. We've seen that wind blow the ball around for the right fielder last inning for Kaiser. He got kind of turned around, but he did. Christopher Bean out there in the right made some really nice plays on the ball. Outfield, they think, you just catch a fly ball, but both those balls weren't fly balls. They were liners that he had to track and kind of got twisted around with that wind.
That one swung on, fouled off once again, so keeping the count at 0-2.
Like the Kaiser uniforms. The black with the large yellow gold kind of piping. Kaiser across the front, the white pants.
Two thin white stripes covering or bordering the yellow gold. That one in there for a ball. Brings count.
Flags out there flying. Nick said the Golden Tornadoes are in town. Hope they don't bring a tornado with them.
Where are the flag? Aren't there usually flags?
Coach Bauer had them taken down.
Okay. When was that? Recently?
Just before the season started, yeah. Come out. Some of them were damaged or bent, and brought them in for repair and different things. Hadn't put them back up, or he may not.
That one swung on, hit off the middle of the part of the bat, and that's going to go to Oviedo. He's going to throw it over to Lupus to complete the second out of the inning on the 5-3 ground out.
5-3 ground out. He come up, he rounded the baseball, got his feet set, moved in the right direction. Not necessarily set, but moved in the right direction. Made a good strong throw across, and catcher Siffer was going up the line doing his job. The right fielder was moving, so good defense there by Martinsburg on a routine play.
One in there to Christopher Bean, the right fielder, called strike one, brings the count to 0-1. The 0-1 delivery swung on and missed for strike two as Reisenweber getting ahead in the count 0-2.
Yeah, he got a little oomph on that pitch, and he just threw that one by him there on the outer half.
0-2 delivery from Reisenweber outside for ball one.
Like we have Mr. Tapley behind the plate and Mr. Buck Huffmaster on the bases today.
That was a pretty good pitch there on 0-2.
1-2 delivery, called strike three. That'll end the inning. Led to the bottom of the second inning, tied up at 1. You're tuned in to EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here. Bottom of the second inning. Due up for Martinsburg, 6, 7, 8 batters in Reisenweber, Alter, and Grove.
P.O. Faulkner Park, can we, after all these additions and how this place looks, can we name it Baller Field at P.O. Faulkner Park? P.O. Faulkner Park?
Can't we name it Post 14 Field?
Nah. Baller's in charge. You know,
Trip Tobin Field. Trip Tobin Field at P.O. Faulkner Park.
Baller Field.
Trip Tobin went to all these meetings and secured all these funds. Got to name it after him.
Name it after the ones that donated, right?
Ben Reisenweber at the plate.
We are going to get us a sign that says home of Post of
How about
Post
the
14.
Tobin press box?
Yeah, we can do that.
He did redo the press box last year.
Yeah.
So I think he can do that. That one flied out to right field, and it's trouble, but making a great catch.
Bean.
Once again is Bean. He's made a few great grabs so far in this one.
The Bean. He's on it.
Big pop fly there.
That thing was almost in no man's land, and he came a long way. I would have thought that, the second baseman must not have got a read because he didn't go quite as far. But Bean had, of course,
he also may have wondered if it was where it was gonna travel with the wind, so he might have slow off that.
It's a mess out there with that wind.
First pitch now to Alter. He does almost the same thing, but it's closer to going out of play, and it does for a foul ball. 0-1 the count.
Back to the field, maybe we can do the Trip Tobin restrooms down there. Yeah, put a picture in there.
Excuse me, what?
Enhance the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be the Trip Tobin luxury boxes.
That's Balor's dream.
The Trip's flooring luxury boxes.
Mm-hmm. But no, the field looks great. I mean, a lot of people to thank on that. While you're on that subject, just a tremendous effort since November of a lot of a lot of hands in there, a lot of people that donated. And
1-1 delivery inside for ball 2. Almost Alter falls off the plate nearly. What I didn't notice until earlier today when I walked down there was there's a cement. It's lined out where the bleachers are down there. It's cemented, and Alter has to bend down once again. It kind of
I think he
lost control maybe of a couple pitches.
Maybe Bennett's after him. Looks like they have some. Maybe Alter
might have hit
a home run. Might have hit a home run off of him in the summer or something.
I wasn't going to say that.
He's been
3-1 delivery is outside for a walk. You put Alter on first. The old unintentional intentional maybe.
I think he wanted to hit him with a pitch there, the way it looks. But no, I don't think these young men have any animosity. I think, like you say, he just kind of lost his grip there and lost it there for a little bit, trying to come in a little bit.
Sure, trying to
running.
Cause controversy over here.
I doubt they know each other.
The first pitch into Grove. Grove getting some time in left field and hitting.
Yeah, it's good to see Grove get some swings. You know, he's been working hard. He's kind of been like the 10th man here this year so far. Came in, him and Logan Wilt both, you know, were kind of fighting out there for the position. And
seems like
Alter kind of came in and fought as well.
When fouled off right to the backstop, heard it hit off the brick. Brings the count to 0-2 with one out here.
As far as the pad out there, you poured the pad so you can set the bleachers on. You don't have to weed eat underneath of it.
And it's level. Because I remember there was some out there before, and it wasn't very level.
Yeah, got it.
Has that been done since all the other ones have been done? Have I just not noticed?
It just happened this week.
Okay, that's why. That one hit on the line, but out of play.
That's a
right to nearly those bleachers out there in right field.
That's one of those projects at Roe Bartley, and I think even Mr. Hardison, who's in here, was part of that project, getting it ready, and he's in here today doing the press box, doing the announcing PA. So we appreciate what they did to get that thing ready, and guys came in this week and got it poured, and the kids carried the bleachers back down in there. So another group effort.
The 0-2 delivery on the way as Alter started to go on the hit and run potentially. Still 0-2 count here. I think they got maybe some new sponsor things out there along the scoreboard. I feel like
they're the same from last year.
They just look a little newer, maybe. Unless I've missed that. That one hit into left field. That one will drop.
Good things happening for
Grove gets the single, and it moves up Alter to second.
Yeah, good
Put
piece
the
of
bat
hitting
in his
here.
hand, and he gets some hits.
Yeah, he got some hits there. You know, it's a 1-1 game. There's a little bit of a pressure situation, not necessarily because of the game, but because he, like I said earlier, he's kind of been out there, 10th man. He's kind of fighting for a position. So each bat counts, and he gets an opportunity. He made good with it. So hats off to him to be able to perform with that type of competition pressure, on him.
Keegan Everhart steps to the plate. First pitch in there outside for ball 1. Everhart, too, getting some time.
Yeah, Everhart, Coach said he's just really competing at everything they ask him to do, and it's just gets an opportunity.
That one high for ball 2 brings the count to 2-0.
I don't think, they think so, but maybe a few positions, but I think the majority, just with any coach, if you want to win, you're going to play the hot hand, the guys that want to play. I wouldn't think that any of these positions are absolutely solid. You see Oviedo and Boober at short at different times. You're seeing Oviedo at third and Lupus at first. You're seeing Keegan and Grove playing. So, still.
First hat falling off of the day as he throws a ball there. And now the bases are loaded with the walk.
That was a blow-off. I don't think that one fell off. Do you, Nick? I think the wind got that one. I think a golden tornado come up and got that one. I think it affected his release point too, because you could see him as he let go. He knew right then and there, so it was just a gust of wind that got him right there at release.
But the bases,
tornadoes are in trouble now with the top coming up.
Are loaded with the top of the order coming up in Canby. He looks at the first one, and that's low for ball 1, and Canby can be dangerous here as you get back to the top of the lineup.
I think you're seeing the universal take sign now from Coach Byler.
He talked about guys that maybe don't have their position locked up. I think Jordan Canby's got center field locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got to stay humble. He's got to keep working, you know. I mean, I think he knows that deep down, but he's one guy that's going to continue to work on his game, even though he doesn't just want to be the best center fielder on the team. He wants to be the best center fielder in the state, you know. He wants to be the best there is, you know. So I think he's one guy that even though he's kind of settled in out there, that I don't think there's any fear of him taking a day off or just settling for being, the starter at Martinsburg, which is a big thing.
Called strike one on the 3-0 pitch.
It's hard to believe that his sophomore year he didn't play much. I mean, he had Shine Knotts out there in a little different team, and he run some, but he's just a 2-year starter, and what he's done in the last year and a half is unbelievable.
3-1 pitch, and they walk home a run as the Martinsburg Bulldogs take a 2-1 lead with the bases still loaded, as coming home to score was Alter.
Yeah, 3 walks and a base hit since that fly out to right field that almost dropped, and coach is going to come out and see what's going on with this. He hit a guy in the first inning. He hit Lupus, but no walks and really no control issues in inning number 1. But now he's really thrown a lot of pitches out of the zone this inning, so we're going to check on him. His body language is dictating that he's a little frustrated, so it's a good time for the coach to come out and settle him down, tell him, hey, it's early, it's just a 1-run game. We're literally 1 pitch away from possibly a double play. Broadwater's, he's smooth out there on short, and certainly got the middle infield that can roll it over.
Have somebody warming up in the bullpen.
He's got his cage jacket on there so we can't see his number.
Yeah, just tossing at this moment.
It's a lefty, just kind of getting loose, so no big urgent hurry here, so they're not ready to yank him yet. But that was a multiple purpose visit, calm him down, tell him you're 1 pitch away, and talk to him a little bit there, and get that guy some time down there to get loose.
One in there for a ball.
Healy's playing short. Does that put Broadwater on second? Is that what we got? I don't have the positions on Game Changer. Excuse me.
The hat fell off again as call timeout. We saw this at the end of the last game.
Wind picking up and catching.
As the wind was picking up, and the hat once again falling is.
It's distracting for both. I mean, the batters distract him as well. Anything that can pull your eye or concentration away. So that was a good call by the umpire to
kind of. The positions in now.
Yeah, Healy, Davies.
Davies at second.
Broadwater's catching. Okay.
Yeah.
All righty, I got it now.
Delivery. That one inside for ball 3 is.
I don't think Kaiser can, let him walk too many more guys if he's not going to find it here. Even after the timeout, now he's thrown 3 straight balls.
3-0 delivery outside for ball 4. Walking another one. It's a 3-1 lead for the Bulldogs.
Those balks are RBIs, so offensive numbers going up for these couple guys. And he's not coming set. Coach Bauer says, hey, he looks like he's not coming set there. He's quick pitching a bit because he's a little trying to find his control.
Michael Lupus hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, almost hit by another one.
He could have been if he wouldn't have backed out. He would have definitely got him.
1-0 is the count here with 1 out. Martinsburg now on top 3-1. That one foul tipped.
Lupus wanted that one. That could have got down that corner. That would have sent some guys running. Anything in the outfield grass is going to score. It can be. Oviedo's no slouch on the bases. Keegan Everhart, we've seen him, running all year as a courtesy runner. So anything that skips by the catcher, he's going to be on the move.
The 1-1 delivery low for ball 2.
You're going to want him to wear that one, but it's hard to tell a young man to stand there and take it sometimes. But curveball, you'd like to see him, but that was sort of in the midsection.
2-1 delivery low for ball 3, and in jeopardy of walking in another runner is Bennett.
He definitely, twice he could have hit Lupus should he have, not bailed out there. So he's definitely having a problem with his control.
3-1 delivery fouled off as Lupus probably wish he kept the bat back there, so that probably would have been a ball.
Not sure. Yeah, it was inside. I didn't see where he was set up. So but even way he likes the ball in. So it was 3-1. If you see your pitch, you know what I mean. You should be trying to attack. So
full count, 1 out. That one swung on and hit into deep middle center field. So the center fielder will track it, coming around to score.
Nice RBI.
Is Everhart. RBI sacrifice fly for Michael Lupus.
That's the things that they weren't getting done in those 2 losses when they had, men on. They weren't moving runners. They weren't scoring runners, when they had chances for easy RBIs like that. They weren't. So great play there for Lupus to lift the baseball, take what he given, work the count, and just a good piece of hit. And so far in this game, the situational hitting of Martinsburg and the actual just working the count, taking what the pitcher gives you is it's definitely better than we've seen in the losses. And then you can tip your cap to the coaching staff for working on some of those weaknesses.
Sifford at the plate. First one is low for ball 1. He had a RBI sac bunt his first time up to score the first run of the game for the Bulldogs to tie things up. 1-0 delivery in there, and catcher's indifference led Oviedo to second on the steal.
Yeah, Oviedo did a good job. 2 outs. They're going to throw down, and Broadwater's got a nice arm, so they were kind of safe. But he read the dirt ball and got down there quickly.
That one fouled off by Sifford.
Down there to the cameraman. He's going to get it. Cameraman / ball chaser.
That's what Colin was doing last week. I guess Braden's doing the same thing. 1-2 delivery, 2 outs. That one nearly hit Sifford as it ran inside for ball 2.
That curve isn't breaking as much as he wants. Sifford was willing to take that one, because he read the curveball out of his hand.
2-2, 2 outs. Swung on and foul tipped. Sifford barely got a piece on that one, but kept himself alive.
Yeah, Sifford trying to get around the baseball there, leaving that gap there and that by the elbows, and he almost got it in there. Needs to pull those hands in on that pitch, and he knows it. The ball kind of run in a little bit.
2-2 delivery. Called strike 3, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the top of the 3rd inning, but not before Martinsburg is able to put up 3 runs and take a 4-1 lead. You're tuned into Martinsburg Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, back in 60 seconds.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Here to P.O. Faulkner Park as Tripp can't keep me with a straight face here as we're headed to the top of the 3rd inning. 2 up for Kaisers, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Hunter Har, Chase Davis, and Noah Broadwater. Is
windy.
Here comes
Colin
the wind.
opened the door and the gust of wind came in.
Yeah.
So I look back to him.
I guess that gap we cut in the fence is letting the air in, huh?
As he shakes his head up and down, yes.
We cut the nets here.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do that in Martinsburg. We're not at Spring Mills.
You guys could just build a dome. That could be the next move. Build a dome.
Yeah.
Build a dome.
Build a dome. That's the next move. Like, doesn't Syracuse baseball have a dome?
They have a dome for football. I don't know about that.
I think they play their baseball games in the dome.
Toronto Blue Jays have a
I
dome.
don't know.
Make this like whatever that is.
Tampa
Where
Bay,
Bryce Harper hit
Tropicana
the
Field.
hotel.
Yeah, don't want to have it there.
At the Trot. What about the Lone Depot Park in Miami?
Sure.
big place. She might be able to fill it more than Marlins have ever filled it.
If the wind don't let up tonight, the Bulldogs aren't going to be able to set off any fireworks. They'll end up over in the parking lot by the bus. Or halfway down to Route 9, the way this wind's blowing.
Shout out the Carrier Dome. Okay, so Dylan Bishop knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Carrier Dome is where they play football.
I think they play baseball in there, too.
Baseball there.
First pitch in to Hunter Haar, fouled off for strike one.
Early in the year, I watched Ben Reisenweber, throughout practice while we're working on the field and different things, and there was no guarantee that he was going to have a spot, in the top 9-10 players here. No doubt. He didn't get, I don't think, any varsity time last year, and for him to work his tail off like he did, and to work on his game, and to come in and be, an everyday producer for this team. On the mound, at second base, DHing, doing a lot of things to help this team as this young man grows into his varsity, or matures, into his varsity baseball career.
That one swung on and hit over to Oviedo at third. He'll throw over to Lupus for out number one. As I'm losing everything.
Oviedo is pretty smooth over there.
The 5-3 ground out as my pen is starting to run out of ink over here. Chase Davis at the plate. First pitch into him is a called strike one.
So Chase is Chase DHing for?
No, it's Hunter Haar is
Hunter
DHing.
Haar DHing, okay, yeah.
He is DHing for Davey at second.
Yeah, Lucas Davey, yeah. Now we're good.
The pitch came in as a strike. The 0-2 delivery on the way outside for ball one. Brings Scott to 1-2, 1 out.
Went and got his hat. He's got that flowing Reisenweber do. Got that curly hair like his brother Jack.
1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. But it hit the ground, so they're going to have to throw over to first. They get that, but it's a strikeout.
Good job of Siffer smothering that up, and not a chance for Davis.
How is Reisenweber doing at Charleston this year?
He's doing pretty good. At this point,
he was playing a little bit last year.
That's a story for another day. But at the moment, he's just working on his studies, and spoke to him a little bit. At the moment, he's not actually on the roster.
Oh wow.
He's made an adult decision to hit the books hard and study, get that degree. And
swung on and missed.
I think he loves the game,
yeah.
No doubt, and he's good at it. But I think he also understands, possibly his collegiate career could be probably all as far as he goes. So he has made a big boy decision that I've heard that he's going to. That he is going to work on his studies, and
mature decision.
It wasn't a knee-jerk decision. It's nothing to do with playing time.
I was saying mature.
Yeah, it's a very mature decision. People are going to read into it differently, but it was just a big boy mature decision.
1-2 delivery. That one swung out and hit into right field for a single by Broadwater as he led off the game with a single, came around to score the only run for the Tornadoes.
He's a hard out. I mean, he's like, he reminds me a bit of, Hartman up at Musselman, Sifford, Lupus here at Martinsburg, Canby. Those guys are just really hard outs. They just they swing the bat, hit it all over the field, and they don't let last at bat dictate them. They don't get too upset. On a bad day, on highs or lows, they just stay even keel and swing the bat, and he's one of those guys that's really hard to get out.
Yeah, back to Charleston baseball, though. Post-14 teammate of Reisenweber, Kyle West, is having a heck of a season so far. As the rain's starting to come down here at P.O. Faulkner Park, that'll end the top of the third inning on the 3-2 ground out. 4-3 ground out. We'll be back after this 60-second break. You're tuning in to EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 60 seconds.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Here, bottom of the third inning, due up for Martinsburg. The 5, 6, 7 hitters, Buber, Reisenweber, Alter, as the rain starting to come down at P.O. Faulkner Park. Trip, you're looking at the forecast right now?
Yeah, looking at it, trying to look at the radar here. We got some rain coming down. We're at 6:09 here on the watch, and we've got some rain clouds in the area. Trying to get this radar to pick up and see what we're dealing with. Definitely the wind picked up and blew some clouds in, so we've got some passing showers, it looks like. I think we're going to see off and on showers from here on as we look at the radar here. Ooh. Get into the 8 o'clock hour, we could be seeing some
downpours,
some heavier stuff if we don't get through this game, but we're moving along pretty quick here.
Kaiser might see some snow up in those mountains. There's some blue in there.
Got to get
back on the western part.
Need 6 more outs from Kaiser before it's a complete game, so we need another 2.5 innings.
Ball hits there right at the front of the home plate.
One good thing, we're on the turf, so as long as the outfield grass holds up, we're good. We don't get a flood. But it's going to be hard to play if that rain starts driving with this wind. That's going to be the bad part.
Or if it gets super windy, like you said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It gets dangerous at that point.
That one swung on and hit into left field, and that's going to drop for a single for Buber. Buber, it's his first hit of the game.
Fortunately, the wind seems to be causing our fence cams to not really stay connected. So
we have to go out there and put a safety belt on Colin. We don't want him to fall off the Jambo observation deck out there.
The camera
Colin's
deck.
doing a great job, so for those of you watching at home, you're enjoying the broadcast from Colin's camera.
He needs to go into those bubbles he was talking about for these kind of days. Ooh. That one swung on, hit into right center field.
Falls.
And it falls for a double, a stand-up double, going for a triple as Buber is going to come around to score, and into third is Reisenweber. He's doing it at the mound, and he's doing it at the plate.
Helped himself there. The ball got in between right fielder and center fielder, got to the fence, and like neither one really wanted to pick it up. And then I don't know if it kind of got stuck out there and in the brick dust a little bit or what, but they had a little trouble getting it out of the bottom of the fence there, it looked like. And Reisenweber was going to stop at second, but when they had that little faux pas out there, he just kept coming.
Brings the lead now to 5-1 as that one fouled off there by Alter. Alter, who walked and came around to score. He was the first runner on base in the last inning.
Alter has a chance for a real easy RBI here. You just got to get the ball in play, for the most part, just.
That one in there for strike one.
And you see Coach Ballard telling him, get it out, get it down, get it on the ground, get us this run. Anything with striking out here is going to get him an RBI probably.
That one low and kind of hits the plate area, but not just off the plate.
Yeah, nice job by Broadwater scooping it because that ball gets away. No doubt Ben's going to running for himself as the pitcher, so you don't see any courtesy runner yet here tonight.
0-2 delivery, and that one comes in and pushes Alter out of the way.
Got some guys over there who could probably run, so I'm not sure, Got Jameer Brown's over there. Wilt's
Murphy
over there. Clement's over there, so there's guys.
Wilt, Spar. Going over to the pitcher, and they're going to come around and bring Reisenweber comes around to score.
That was a great read by Reisenweber. That run should have probably never scored. I just don't think that Bennett thought he was going to take off on that, but he just kind of walked over to the first base, underhanded it, and when Ben seen that, he took off and did a great job of reading that mistake there by Bennett, the pitcher.
Isaac Grove due up. He singled, came around to score in the second inning. On a high and inside, right almost at the bottom of the barrel of the bat.
That kind of tells me that Bennett's a little, upset and just can't quite, not thinking, the best on the mound there. His brain is thinking more about his pitches.
Chopped to the shortstop. He's going to throw over, but beating it out is Isaac Grove for the back-to-back singles for Isaac Grove in back-to-back innings. He's now on first.
He's willing himself on base, willing himself in this lineup, and that's what Coach Bauer wants to see out of this younger team. These guys didn't get much chance next year. Guys, separate yourself, compete. Give me a reason to choose you over the next guy, and these younger guys, Everhart, Wilt, Alter, all these guys, Jameer, on the mound this morning. I mean, they're just really getting after it. Oviedo, they're all just young guys that'll be back.
Keegan Everhart to the plate. First pitch into him is a called strike one, almost down the middle. He walked, came around to score his last time up in the last inning.
You're not looking for huge, gap hitting and home run hitting out of your 9 guy. You're looking for on-base percentage, a guy who can bunt, a guy who can run, a guy who can get on in front of the RBI guys that are coming up behind him and can turn the lineup over. And that's something that Everhart has done his whole career. And so now he's getting a chance here to do it here at the varsity level.
The 0-2 delivery on the way. They're going to call him out on the strikeout looking for Everhart. But moving up is Isaac Grove to second. Now 2 outs.
It was a big curveball.
Turn over the lineup.
Kind of got down. The catcher didn't actually catch it, so I don't know if it was because it was, the runner was going and he tried to, come up and get the strike him out, throw him out. But either way.
Can be an RBI walk his last time up, and then he singled his first time up.
First base was occupied at the time of the pitch, so he wasn't able to run it out, if you're wondering. Scoreboard went out.
Yep.
Now it's back.
Happened on Monday. Went in there for a ball, 1-1 the count. One.
Nice job by Canby not to get froze there, but last night Hedgesville and 10 running Spring Mills, and today 2 big wins by Mossman. Both those teams are just staying red hot.
The 1-1 delivery in there for a ball, 2-1 to Canby.
Jefferson gets their first EPAC win. Never thought we'd be this far in the season saying that, would we?
Yeah, I was thinking about that last night when I got the score notification. That one hit right to the third baseman. Canby trying to run it out. He won't, and that will end the inning. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning after this 60-second break. Martinsburg makes it 6-1. You're tuned into Martinsburg Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 back in 60 seconds.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park here. Top of the 4th inning. Martinsburg on top, 6-1 here. This game started at 5:25. We're here at 6:18 as the wind and rain kind of picking up here. As you said earlier, Kaiser needs We need to get to the top, through the top of the fifth inning for it to be an official game, correct?
Yeah, as long as Martinsburg's up in the bottom of the fifth, then we'd be a full 5. So, at this point the rain's let up and the weather's kind of leveled off here and just a little sprinkle. Yeah, but we do see some clouds in the area.
First pitch into Caden Youngblood as the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. That's a strike, so 0-1 the count.
Ben trying to throw that curveball in there, just missed. That was a nice bend on that one. Big Ben out there doing a heck of a job so far.
1-1 delivery, that swung on by Youngblood, and great grab over there by Everhart, and he throws the runner out at first to Lupus, and that's a 4-3 ground out.
That might have made the top 10. That was a nice play there. I mean, he just did a great job of getting.
We saw a web
there.
gem earlier in game 1.
The kids like to get dirty on the turf. They like to slide and dive, and they get after it out there.
I bet the washer and dryer, the people that clean these unis are a little happy when they're home games.
Yeah, got rid of all that dirt and mud.
Except for, I guess, the outfield. That's the only place where you could potentially have any of that. That one swung on and missed.
Those moms tell those kids don't slide out there. It's like, especially when they got to play on Tuesday, or Wednesday.
I think they play Monday, right?
I don't know. Oh, that one almost got in the hole. That was the closest one
Nick's
yet
out
so
there
far.
Temporarily.
I'm right here.
He's back.
No, you're back. It's Tuesday at Allegheny is when they're back in action.
They get Hedgesville next week in that revenge game, don't they?
Yeah, Friday, 7 p.m. right here on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. As Road Truck is hit, he'll go to first base.
Big curveball that didn't bend. He just kind of leaned into it like he should have and took it. So just what, Kaiser needs base runners anyway at all. So, I'm sure it's what their coach is telling them. Anyway at all, take what he'll give you, hit by pitch, walks.
We will have baseball on Tuesday. Washington at Hedgesville will be the action we'll have for you Tuesday. As now Road Truck goes to second as the ball on the pass ball.
That was a wild pitch. Yeah, that ball hit over in the other, hit over in the left-hander's batter's box, skipped away, no shot for Sifford.
Yeah, upcoming broadcast schedule: 4-4 Washington at Hedgesville baseball, 4-6 softball Jefferson at Spring Mills, 4-7 right here as Hedgesville comes here to Martinsburg for that 7 p.m. first pitch. And then Saturday, a double dip with Greenbrier East for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, 10 and 12:30 first pitches. That one swung on, fouled out of play.
Greenbrier East, the team that was 10-run and I think 12-3 or something the first. And so Hedges and Musselman come out with a double, 2 wins from Greenbrier today after they decided to go to Greenbrier, not Morgantown. Got those guaranteed games in on Epling Field.
Running the third is Youngblood.
Yeah,
excuse me, Road Truck.
Ben just kind of lost him out there and. He just didn't check on him, and he took off. So good base running there. You don't want to take chances down 6-1, but we're not going to give you a base. You need to take it. And Ben just kind of lost sight of him out there. He took advantage of it.
2-2 delivery, swung on and missed for a strikeout on Connor Bennett.
I think Ben just kind of messed up and got in the windup there, didn't he, on that last pitch?
After we have Martinsburg Greenbrier East double dip next Saturday, no game to Monday as we'll be traveling down to Myrtle Beach for the Mingo Bay Classic, and we'll have, I believe, 6 or 7 games that are pre-scheduled, and then Friday and Saturday to see if anybody makes it to through the semifinals and the championship. Fortunately, Tripp not making the trip.
I can't make it. Somebody has to stay here and babysit the field. She needs attention every day. She's like a...
How's turf?
Well, you got a groomer. Mm-hmm. You have to groom her.
Take care of the grass.
You take care of the grass. Yeah.
Take care of the mound.
Hang out in the clubhouse and eat snacks.
New TV in there.
Big TV in there now.
New TV. Are you just going to sit there and watch the games? Perhaps.
No comment.
It's going to be like the Baker Mayfield commercials. That's Tripp. He just lives at the stadium.
Hit on a line to Oviedo, and that'll end the inning. As we'll head to the bottom of the fourth inning. After this 60-second break, you're tuned into Martinsburg Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. So the rain's starting to come back down. The wind is not as kicked up as it was the previous time. We're here, bottom of the 5th inning. Oviedo, Lupus, Sifford due up for the Bulldogs. Spencer Puig, Trip Tobin, Nick Verslini up to have you with us. Colin McLaughlin and Braden Schaffner braving the rain out there. Dylan Bishop back in the nice, warm and cozy Eagle School Road Studios.
I think I'm going to use that grammar. Re-come back rain.
What?
The re-come back rain, you said.
I didn't say re-come back rain.
Yes, he did. Ask the lady behind us. I just got 5 texts asking me what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm looking up re-come back right now. It's not in the dictionary.
I was just April.
I
was April fooling you over there.
You have to like Spencer though, because he's got thick skin. Colin wouldn't have liked that. He'd got mad.
You're right. First pitch into Oviedo, that swung on and fouled off. I was April fooling you about the re-come back ring. I made you look it up.
Yeah, we looked it up. Mm-hmm.
I didn't get as bad. Got. I got very much got today on my April Fool's Day. The 0-1 delivery low for ball 1 and inside.
We probably wouldn't totally break Aaron Ballard's heart if this was a quick inning. You get out there and try to get 3 outs to make this game complete before the rain comes down. But you say that, and you never really want to wish it away because it'll come back and bite you. But, we have to get to 6 more outs for this game to be complete with Martinsburg ahead and looming storms in the area. But nothing too dark.
2-1 delivery low and outside for ball 3.
Could get miserable though. That flag is really moving pretty good out there.
Yeah, walking around, I wouldn't want to be playing right now. I'll say that.
In there for called strike 2 as the rain coming in through this little opening in the window as I've closed it all the way up.
We could get like a 2-hour delay. That would be fun. We could hang out.
Yeah, go watch some TV.
Yeah, that one hit by Oviedo out to left field and through the infield, and it's a single for Braden Oviedo, lead off the bottom of the 4th.
Your idea of fun and the rest of our ideas of fun trip might be a little bit different there.
Yeah. Still waiting on that 13-14 inning game yet. It hasn't happened, but it's coming.
Well,
we get paid double for that, don't we?
Yeah, I believe so.
Everybody gets paid double.
Yeah. Nationals, they're now 0-2. So they fell 7-1 to the Braves today. Josiah Gray 0-1 on the season now. It's 5 earned runs over 5 innings.
I've seen 2 power rankings, and both they were dead last.
Well, that's how they'll be for a while. First pitch.
Second pitch,
into Lupus. High and tight, but it's outside for ball 1. Makes it 1-1. But Caber Ruiz did just hit a dinger at the end of that one.
Ooh, almost got Lupus up in the head area. He was going to wear that last curveball. It kind of broke away from him, but he smartly pulled away from that head-high fastball.
2-1 delivery, swung on and fouled off.
I never particularly cared hitting in the wind nor pitching in the wind. Believe it or not, it just feels like the wind kind of moves your body a little bit, believe it or not. It pushes against you, and you have to kind of stay still, and it feels like it moves the ball around.
2-2 delivery, that hit on into left field, and that's going to drop. Coming around second is Oviedo. He'll slide into third, head first, and coming to second now.
2 heads first slides.
Lupus.
I like it when they slide. We don't have to.
Is that, would you call that a double or a single?
It was a double. There was no error. They just got it. I mean, mainly, it was it's a single. But,
he advanced on the throw.
Well, he advanced on the throw, but, I mean, Oviedo is one created that with his good base running, his good read. Yeah. He's coming around second, not really, he's not picking up the base coach there. It's a read on his part because it's in front of him, so he's seen, an opportunity to get to third, and he went there. And this turf's a little wet. That was a balk.
That one hit right up the middle, and it's going to drop to the right side, and coming around to score is Oviedo as an RBI single for Landon Siffert.
We have a different pitcher. It's Logan Rotruck.
It is.
Yeah, we didn't even see it. Rotruck is now pitching. He was playing third. Number 2 is playing third, so he has entered the game, correct?
That was a quick entry of a hitter and pitcher.
I said that he balked right before that pitch because he never comes set. If he did, it was so quick that I didn't catch it.
Yeah. Coming to the plate now is Carson Buber. That one swung on, hit into left center field. Coming around to make a great catch was the center fielder. But coming around to score was Lupus. It's now 8-1.
Kind of a weird angle on it, but he dives forward to make the catch. And one that if he read a little bit better off the back, wouldn't have had to dive.
Yeah, the wind pushed it around for sure. And that definitely caused some trouble for the outfielder out there who did all he could to
great play.
To gather it back in. He made a heck of a play on that.
Reisenweber due up here. He had an RBI triple his last time up. That's going to right field. And it's going to come down, and he's going to have at least a double here. And he will have a double.
Reisenweber getting it done today.
Getting it done on the mound and at the plate in his back-to-back innings.
Looks like he might be the player of the game if something doesn't change.
Yeah.
Could easily be there. So, I mean, looking at the game stream, Shoemaker is in left, Davis is in center, Beans in right. You got Pattison now at third, Seth Healy's at short, Davis is at second, Youngblood is at first, Road-Truck's pitching, and Broadwater is behind the plate as the defensive setup now since the beginning of this inning for Kaiser. So it looks like Pattison has come in to the game, and Bennett has went out of the game. Another hit.
One hit, dribbled into right center field. Coming around to score now is Buber.
2 runs come in there.
2 runs come in.
Looked like the center fielder might have slipped on his way.
That was Wilt who was pinch running for Sifford come around, and Reisenweber right behind him. So 2 RBI single
for Christian Alter, who's had a sack RBI, coming around to score on a walk, and now 2 RBI single.
Mm-hmm. So. See if Grove can keep the hot bat up here. She's 2 for 2. Martinsburg extends the lead out to 11-1.
Game changer.
10-1.
Game changer has it as 10-1. First pitch in there to Grove, call strike 1.
So should another run come across, it won't matter if there's rain in the area if they can get 3 outs.
It'll be done. One popped up, shallow left field, coming in to make the grab.
Everything's trouble tonight.
Yeah. But I have to say, Kaiser seems to, for the most part, have made some great plays in the outfield.
Yeah, for not being their home park and the outfield out there, definitely being a little different. That
was
this time of year. But in the wind, here they're not used to this park in the wind. So great job by them.
And a bunt by Keegan Everhart goes down the line and out of the line for a foul ball.
Well, to be fair, nobody's really used to this kind of wind.
No.
Everhart, he walked, came around to score.
But they are tornadoes, so
yeah.
They should be able to adjust to it pretty well.
Everhart walked in the second inning, came around to score, struck out looking in the third. Here's we're bottom of the fourth inning. That behind him as moving up is going to be Alter.
So, I mean, you got a 9-run lead. He kind of squares there to bunt, but it wasn't a sacrifice bunt trying to move runners. It was his.
Well, there's 2 outs, can't sacrifice.
Yeah, and it wasn't that. I mean, you might be a little disgusted on the tornado side, trying, bunting at that time, but it was strictly a bunt for a base hit, no different than swinging for it. And he did it again.
Does it again, and he might get the base hit if he can run it out, and he will. A bunt base hit for Keegan Everhart as he shows the speed and the great placement of the ball.
And it's all about the third baseman having to stay back, and guard the bag and make that read. And when he bunted the baseball, he was back, and that's just a good read by Keegan. And this young man's, playing his heart out, trying to get a spot on the team. He's seen an opportunity to get a base hit, so nothing unsportsmanlike there as far as I'm concerned. And just a great job by Everhart to, to take what they give him. Now he's
that
going
was fouled off by Canby as we're back at the top.
Play it second, ground shortstop. Go down, I don't believe, and give up the 10-run.
And Canby's going, and they're not even going to throw over
Everhart.
Everhart.
Everhart's moving. Canby at the plate.
Yes.
You could really cushion this lead, and
that high for ball 1 makes it 1-2.
Probably to stay in this game, you may want to think about walking Canby and then just trying not to get an out at any base.
Well, they'll have batted around in this inning if it's not an out.
I mean, you have to play it as a one-run game at this point because if one run, ends your game if you don't score in the bottom. So, you just have to see it as, to me, I play it as a one-run game where I'm probably going to put Canby on and try to get an out at any base.
And that's what they do, it appears, as Canby will take his base.
Not the worst thing that could happen to him. Again, like I say, opportunity here to get an out at any base. 11-1, 12-1, 13-1. That's a 10-run. It doesn't really matter. Martinsburg can't get that. That 11th run and put them in an opportunity to
Oviedo
by 10.
Coming up, first pitch in there is a strike. He led off this inning with a single to left center field and came around to score.
And the defense is up a little bit. I'm just going to push everybody back and try to get an out. Like Seth Healy's moving up.
Called
short
too.
Up in the baseline. I would just play back and try to get the out, and not let deep, and just not let them get that. Get in the inning on a ground out. And take the fielder's choice somewhere to third or first or something.
And that one hit along the line, and that's an easy out to end the inning as Oviedo hits it right to the first baseman, as it'll be a 3 ground out there. Led to the top of the 5th inning after this 60-second break. You're tuned into Martinsburg Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 back in 60 seconds.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia, that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Back to P.O. Faulkner Park here. So we get you set for the top of the 5th inning. There's rain coming down here.
This whole broadcast has been sort of an April Fool.
What are you talking about, Trip? Trying to get your comments back?
Off-air comments was different.
Hey, you said that on air. All right, we're here. Top of the 5th inning, due up the 7, 8, 9 batters, Christopher Bean, Hunter Har, and Chase Davis. Just waiting for the coach to go get over to the third base side. With Reisenweber still on the mound. First pitch. Into Bean, called strike one.
And Beans made some serious plays out there in the right field today. My cat's off to him. I wouldn't want to chase down some of the balls he chased down here today.
I went in there for a ball, 1-1 the count. Looking at Reisenweber's day so far, 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, and 4 strikeouts on 62 pitches so far. 38 of those for strikes, facing 14 batters.
Reisenweber's been impressive too, with the weather and everything. And still pitching really well.
I've really liked his mound presence today, even when things didn't go quite his way. He had a little stint there where he hit a batter.
That one blooped in the infield over to Oviedo. He'll throw to Lupus, and he can't get him in time. Lupus thought he tagged him out, but Buck Huffmaster says no.
I think he knew he missed him, but he's doing a good job selling it. So my hat's off to him. He did a great job over there. I mean, he doesn't play a lot at first. So this kind of a lineup with Reisenweber on the mound, getting Oviedo, Everhart, and Boober all in the game, and Lupus and Ben, giving Jameer Brown, who pitched the last game, some time off that arm, I'm sure, is an opportunity for these guys to try a little different defense here. It's working great.
Yeah. Sounds like they really like what Everhart's giving them defensively as well, so they want to keep him in the lineup.
And you've seen the play he made earlier. I mean, he just did a great job of getting the ball. He just does the routine things and works hard.
And Oviedo and Lupus are hitting the ball so well, it's going to be hard to take them out. So.
And Boober's heating up, so just what Martinsburg needs to do as they move through this season. And
so far today, everyone's gotten at least 1 hit, except for Grove and Everhart. Everyone's had an RBI as well in this game. Outside now for ball 1, makes it 1-2 as the count.
DH here tonight has a ground out to third. Martinsburg.
That one swung on and hit foul away.
Martinsburg wanting to keep this at a 9-run deficit. They try to walk it off in the bottom of the 5th with a run if they could, if they can keep Kaiser from scoring this inning. What's Reisenweber's numbers on today? Have you seen them?
Yeah, I just sent him 4 hits, 1 run.
Oh,
that one hits him.
Trying to duck out of the
he
way.
ducked
he
into it. I think he leaned. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
He didn't mean to, but
I think if you look at it on the camera, that I think, and I don't think he take it back by any means, but he certainly Reisenweber's curveball would not have hit him should he stood straight up. So he leaned down, and I think Coach Aaron Bowser's going to ask as well. You can't lean over into the plate. Problem is it hit him in the head, so you don't get much hit in the helmet. You don't get much.
Doesn't have to be intentional or no?
Yeah, I mean he just reacted and
right,
he bent over. Yeah,
for the rule to come into play.
Yeah, I think it has to be intentional. Of course, you have to stand there and kind of lean into it. Here, he was kind of ducking the curveball, but it broke down and it caught him on the back of the helmet. So, it's a really tough call. I don't think he did it intentionally.
Right.
Still could possibly be a rule infraction, intentionally or not. That he got his body up over the strike zone there. Not that it was a strike, but it was up high, and he just kind of bent down. Nobody wants to get hit in the head.
Yeah.
But it happened, so Martinsburg's going to have to fight out of it.
Pitch into Matthew Junkins, the pinch hitter.
Jambo jam here.
He's a little bit of a jambo jam. Even though it's a 9-run lead, it's sort of a jam because, Martinsburg would love to end this thing quickly, and early.
1 delivery, low for ball 1. Or ball 2.
Is he pinch hitting for Chase?
He is. That's what just checked.
Number 15 checked in.
Junkins. One outside for ball 3. 3-1 count. No outs for Reisenweber.
Little gut check here for Reisenweber. See if he can work this thing. Get out of this jambo jam.
That one swung on, fouled off, brings the count full, 3-2.
Young man's choked up on the bat a bit. He kind of tried to push it there a little bit. Might be a bit of a slap hitter. wind blowing his jersey around. First time we've seen him here tonight. You know, Kaiser has a really nice pitcher over there on that staff. Evan Jenkins, I believe, who he does a really nice job. He beat what I believe was Washington, maybe. But he's beat one of the EPAC teams pretty well already this year.
Full count delivery from Reisenweber outside, loads the bases with the walk.
He beat Spring Mill, sorry about that, like 8-0, I believe. Did a really nice job, and they said, speaking with them, and we've seen him last year in Legion a little bit when he played for Riverside. The Jenkins, a young man over there who's not throwing today, is really good to pitcher and gets Kaiser some wins. And speaking with Doug Allen down there and a couple guys at the Spring Mill staff said they're one of the best, if not the best, they've seen this year. So they do have, a horse in a stable over there when he's available that can get them some wins, and that'll play in their sectional. Ben's got the bases loaded here with.
I don't think anybody's playing. Maybe it's Jefferson.
I believe it's Spring Mills they played. Check them. Played Kaiser.
They did not.
Number 27, Noah Broadwater.
They did not.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
Kaiser,
they did 8-0. I missed that on there.
Kaiser's usually pretty good at most sports in Double A.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenkins went the complete game. Complete game shutout, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, 105 pitches. Faced 27 batters.
Yeah, I watched him pitch in the summer last year, and I knew he was going to be a pitcher that could compete, certainly, at this level.
So Noah Broadwater at the plate. He singled in both of his at-bats.
He's a really good tough out, too. I mean, here you are with bases loaded. They need to get some runs on the board. We talk about in this game quickly. They've got 9 outs here and down 9, so, they've got an opportunity to put some pressure on Martinsburg, get into their
0-2 delivery from Reisenweber. Can't catch the zone for ball 1. 1-2 now.
That was really close.
Yeah, I thought so, too.
That would have been big right there, getting Broadwater out, because he's a really tough out. And
give some little momentum here in this inning. That one low for ball 2 brings the count now even at 2-2.
I know Ben wants to get him, but he certainly can't groove nothing here. He needs to go back to that pitch he had at 0-2, something like that, try to get him to offer. You don't want to walk him, of course, but there.
That might be a makeup call.
That'll strike him out looking.
Yeah.
That one looked a little bit high. But
yeah, I like the 0-2 pitch better for caller strike 3 than that pitch, but I'm not back there, and it's not what we get paid to do. We get paid to announce. They get paid to umpire.
Right, but to an extent, I suppose we do get paid to give an opinion, right?
Yeah, that's right. It's tough. It's a tough job they got. It's a double-edged sword. I mean, you say, well, they get paid, do better, things like that. But then you look at how many pitches there is, and a lot of things happen during the game. But it's always that when things tighten up, that borderline calls become, real big. And but yeah, I thought that pitch was up, but I also like the 0-2 pitch. So and Broadwater thought it was up, and then he's a kid who sees the strike zone well.
1-1 delivery. That one bends in there for strike 2. It was a great pitch.
A lot of your good hitters, really good hitters like Broadwater and him, you're going to probably see more strikeouts that they take as opposed to ones they swing at, because they have that keen eye, and unfortunately sometimes they don't agree with the umpire, and sometimes umpires make mistakes. They're human, and these guys are on their 3rd game. Well, maybe Chapley's on his second. Mm-hmm.
That one swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Ben Reisenweber, trying to get out of this Jambo jam.
So you put on the 7, 8, 9 guys, you strike out the 1-2 guys. Ben's doing it the hard way, isn't he?
He is.
Got one more batter here. The defense can get back now and try to just get in out. And Youngblood, he's had a single.
RBI single.
Yeah, so.
He scored Broadwater to begin the game.
And Ben's starting to feel it after that.
Therefore, swinging strike 1.
You got to wonder what Coach Kurt Zarnecki said to him out there. He must have said, strike these guys out.
The 0-1 delivery, that one outside, ball 1.
It's been a pretty good diet of curveballs.
Yeah.
Since he's got those guys on, so he's not really giving them a lot they can square up unless they stay back on if he hangs a curveball.
1-1 delivery. That hit into left field. Coming around to score is Bean. Makes it 10-2.
10-2. He almost got out of it unscathed.
RBI
but,
single for Caden Youngblood once again. He's got 2 RBI singles today.
He's definitely the guy who's accounted for both their runs.
Yep.
You got Logan Roadtruck, who hit into the double play and then walked. There's still an opportunity for Martinsburg to get out of this thing. If you get out of this thing with 1 run after having base loaded, nobody out, I still think that's a win any day.
Pitch out there, ball 2, 2-0.
It's 9-2, the second game of a doubleheader. What thing you want to look at when you look out over in the dugout, you see the guys that aren't playing up on the fence. It's cold, it's kind of windy, and you think a lot of them.
They weren't earlier as it was raining. They were back in sitting down.
I don't blame them there, but I think you want to have your team, on the fence regardless, and I think that's something they've been stressing too, as 9 positions.
That one popped up and out of play.
9 positions, you carry 15, 16, 17 kids, so you're going to have a lot of guys in there, and your team chemistry, can be, you can kind of look at it and see your team chemistry by looking at your bench sometimes,
1-2 delivery, called strike 3 to end the inning. That's 3 strikes, striking out the side here, but around an RBI single from Caden Youngblood. That will make things 10-2. We'll head to the top of bottom of the 5th inning after this 60-second break. You're tuned in to Martinsburg Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back into 60 seconds.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Spencer Boyd-Tripp Tobin, Nick Verzolini, happy to have you with us here. 6:51 p.m. here.
New pitcher.
37.
Number 37 here.
I don't have a 37. Well, that's Petersburg. Still got the other roster.
Adam Jones from the Orioles.
Adam Jones, the junior.
Yeah.
Coming in to pitch.
Left-hander.
Pitching changes, those are brought to you by Small Insurance Group in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. Jones, the third pitcher of the day for the Golden Tornadoes. Stepping into play, Michael Lupus. He fouls the first one off.
Well, the game is now official if the weather should come in. So if Martinsburg can hold the lead at any time, the game should end like that. It would revert back to this inning. Should it pour down this inning? But it looks like the weather.
Would they automatically go into a delay, or would they just?
No, they could delay it. They don't necessarily say what's in game.
That one swung on, hit over to the third baseman. He'll throw over to first to get the first out of the inning on the 5-3 ground out by Michael Lupus. Up to the plate now, Landon Sifford. He had a RBI sac bunt in the first inning, struck out looking in the second. Had a single in the first inning, but stranded on first there. He had a single to right center field.
I can't really tell by the game changer. It hasn't really changed for the new pitcher, but from what I can see out there, I don't think much has changed except for the pitcher. It looks like it's just been a straight swap, but I'd have to double check that. I know Youngblood is on first, and Davy's still on second. Healy's on short with Patterson's on third. The outfield I can't quite see, but it doesn't appear to be changed much. So we have a pitching change. Road Truck is no longer pitching. Not quite sure if he's in the game, though. At number 5, can't quite see it.
That one's struck in there for a strike. Brings the count to 1 and 2. Yeah, it's not changed on the Martinsburg game changer yet. One, two delivery, 1 out coming. That one swung on, and is it going to stay fair? No, it's just foul. Just foul. If not, that could have been a triple into the corner.
Got down in there pretty good. Pretty good 1-2 swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Road Truck started the game and moved over, so not sure if he went, back to his position, his original position. But he was an infielder to begin the game, I believe.
1-2 delivery. That one foul tipped by Sifford.
The wind's really shaking those trees out there behind the scoreboard. Get a camera shot of that, huh? It is rocking.
One in there called strike 3. Sifford goes down looking. For the second time today, he did so in the second inning. Due up now, Carson Buber, who's had a single, and it came around to score and an RBI sac fly. That in the last inning, in the 4th inning.
Buber, a little bit of a slow start offensively, and picking things up, getting a hit here and there, maybe a couple multiple hit games, and he'll be right back to his old self there. But these young men put a lot of pressure on themselves out of the gate. And
1-0 delivery low for ball 2 to Carson Buber.
The game changers and the max preps and all those things, these guys can check on their stats. And, coaches don't pay a tremendous amount of attention to those stats. They want to see guys that are going to compete, get on base, different things.
One popped up in foul territory, giving chase with the right fielder, but goes out of play.
Man, that thing blew and blew and blew, didn't it? That wind pushed that one all the way down the other side of those bleachers. But yeah, these young guys, Carson, I think he fell into it a little bit as well. They look at their stats. They try to, you heard, what was it, Sifford and Canby talk about they want to bat 400 and 500 on base percentage and stuff like that. That's really big goals to attain and put pressure on yourself. But it's great to have goals.
For ball 3, 3-1 the count. Looking down there right along the right field fence, there's a car with some headlights on.
Yeah. I always like that around here.
You pointed that out last week, Trip.
Yeah.
That one hits right, almost, I think, home plate. And it'll be a walk for Carson Buber. Sent him down the first base.
Productive day at the plate. He probably wanted to get a base hit there or swing the bat. But, your on-base percentage goes up. That's what coaches want to see. You want to see production in the lineup, the anyway at all mentality, compete, get out there and get on base so we can try to get you around and turn this lineup over is what they want.
First pitch into Ryzen Weber. It's a called strike. He's helped himself out so far. An RBI triple in the 3rd and then a double and came around to score in the 4th. We're going to throw over to Buber at first. He gets back in time.
The lefty move. Dylan Bishop gets to go home early. We'll probably end up in...
No, Braden Schaffner.
Oh, excuse me, Braden. Sorry about that. I apologize. Dylan's back at the shop, isn't he?
What?
He's back at the...
studio.
Dylan's back at the studio, yes.
Yeah, the shop.
Close enough.
Close enough, yeah.
Don't sell anything out of the...
We sell ads.
Right, but...
The 1-1 delivery in there for a ball, 2-1 the count.
Typically, people...
It's not a floor shop.
Better keep an eye on him with that wind blowing. One of them big old trees fall down on that building. It's crazy over there.
2-1 delivery, two outs. That one in there, out high and outside.
Not sure what that pitch was. He kind of took a lot off, let it kind of float, didn't he?
Yeah.
Riser.
The riser.
That's a softball term.
Yeah, baseball don't rise.
Submarine 3-1 delivery, check swing. They're going to call it.
Yeah, I think he went around.
3-2 now. The count, full count, 2 outs. Martinsburg in the lead here, bottom of the 5th inning. One runner on. 10-2 is the lead. And swung on and missed for strike 3. Reisman Weber strikes out to end the inning. Led to the top of the 6th inning. After this 60-second break, you're tuned into Martinsburg Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 60 seconds.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
Back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Spencer Dupuis, Trip Tobin, and Nick Verzolini happen to have with Colin McLaughlin running camera outside.
Colin is here.
He is here. He's bearing it all there. He's almost had some balls hit him through the cut in the netting that Trip Tobin made a couple weeks ago.
I don't quite understand why Spencer won't let. Nick said it's a show that we tell our opinions. Right, that's my opinion.
What? What's your opinion?
Our off-air comments you said I couldn't say, so I'll keep my opinions to myself on certain
You were
days.
April Fooling, though, right?
Yeah.
You were April Fools. All right. We've got a pitching change. Those brought to you by Smallwood & Small Insurance Group in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. As Ben Reisenweber's day is done on the mound. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, facing 21 batters, 91 pitches, 54 for strikes. Coming in is Owen Rubenthal. And on the season so far, Rubenthal has no decision. He's got a save and a 1 save opportunity. 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. With an ERA currently, this is one of those things that's going to move around here as he hasn't pitched that much. It's currently sitting at 933.
He had a big, close the game out there at Jefferson. That was huge, so kind of riding that. Success there.
Into right field, camping under it, was Alter making the catch, first out of the top of the 6th. Shoemaker now due up after Connor Bennett flew out to right field. First pitch from Rubenthal in to Shoemaker. It's fouled off.
I think you don't see that on the game changer on the broadcast, but Ben Reisenweber was made the pitcher DH. They can use the pitcher DH rule here in high school, so he can remain in the game as a DH for Owen Rubenthal.
That one swung on and missed. Yeah, we saw that a lot last year at Jefferson.
Right.
We would do that with Sammy Roberts and Griffin Horowitz.
I like it. I mean, the young man can go, don't have to go throw a ball across the diamond or out the right field, make a throw after throwing, multiple pitches.
0-2 delivery, swung on and missed. Rubenthal gets the first strikeout as Mike Lupus's hat is all the way down the line. Luckily, Everhard went and grabbed it for him.
Yeah, that thing made it down almost to the bullpen.
It did.
As Lupus's flowing hair blows in the wind.
Christopher Bean due up to the plate.
That was a good description, Trip, for our radio audience.
Yeah. That one fouled off by Bean. Trip becoming a radio broadcaster.
Sounded more of like an audio book and it's flowing hair blows in the wind than a radio broadcast.
It depends.
That one hit right back up the middle. Rubenthal with the grab. He's going to throw it over to Lupus for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. After this 60-second break, you're tuned to Martinsburg Baseball on Talk Radio WR on TV10 back in 60 seconds.
Alter
We're still
Grove,
in the
Everhart.
5th inning for some reason.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Bottom of the 6th inning, do it for Martinsburg. 7, 8, 9 guys, Alter, Grove, and Everhart. This Martinsburg will most likely be the last time they'll be up to bat, barring a big comeback.
Could be, or they could score 2 and end it, or
that's true.
Or they could just hold the lead to the top of the 7th and get Kaiser out. So yes, either way.
First pitch.
Offensive walk-offs are more fun than getting the last 3 outs, but
And they did that in game 1 with Parker Robinson of all.
yeah, Parker Robinson
They
getting one.
They could blow it in the top of the 7th and walk it off in the bottom of the 7th.
True.
If you want the
Going
exciting.
all avenues, going with every single possible avenue.
I read somewhere where there was, I don't know how many million possible opportunities in a baseball game of things.
That one.
There goes the pitcher's hat over to first base.
At least first baseman there can grab it. Happened in the Petersburg Kaiser game towards the end of it. Some big gusts were coming in. I think they stopped the game a few times for it. Nonetheless, we're the 2-1 count here. On to Alter. He fouls that one off and brings the count to 2-2.
We got a couple minutes here. I want to commend the Eagle Nation guys out there. They're kind of a fan club for Eagles. They got a really nice modular out there, painted up and things for the baseball team.
Oh yeah, it's new though, but it was. I saw it the last time there. Bloop single for Alter as that thing got blown from the infield to shallow left field.
Crazy. I mean, I can't blame Healy for not taking, going off after it because it left the bat. It looked like it was going to left fielder, and it almost dropped out there on the backside of the out or his bat, maybe 20 yards from Healy, but it just killed it. I mean, the left fielder just kept coming and coming. It just kept blowing back in. So, just a tough play there for Kaiser and their defense in this wind.
First pitch now in to Grove. Grove's had 2 singles today. He came around to score on the first one in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Let's talk about guys fighting for a spot. Alter is, been on base 3 times, and the one time that he wasn't, only got a 1-3 RBI. So, production out of his spot, out of the sophomore, that's what they ask. That's what you want out of your bottom of your lineup. You want out of your junior varsity guys that come up playing varsity this year. You just want them to compete and do the little things, and Alter has certainly done that today.
1-1 delivery to Grove in there for called strike number 2.
Overall, the 7, 8, 9 guys have done their job in both games today.
Yeah, great job. I mean, Everhart's doing a nice job in the 9-hole, getting the opportunity. Grove getting to swing the bat today, getting some hits. So
that one fouls off the netting.
Taking off on the lefty. Alter does have some speed,
Wind's starting to gust once again here.
Mm-hmm.
And the rain coming back because I just felt a few drops on me.
Everybody's got their hoods up.
And Coach Bo Bartley down at first.
He's in a winter storm watch.
Coach Byler not necessarily the same, just his hands in his pockets over there. Doesn't have the same wind side over there.
Oh.
They're gonna he's gonna get back in there at first.
Those going with the
almost lost my pen into trip there.
The Jim Contera look from the Weather Channel down there.
He does look like he is.
Wind's blowing like a hurricane.
I think he's in a hurricane doing a live shot.
Yeah.
2-2 going back to throw over to try and catch Alter again as rain beginning to pick up. Along with the wind.
The wind's got Buckhoff Master's pants blowing in the wind out there. It's really whipping. Look at those trees are getting after it.
2-2 delivery. That one not a straight call.
That was pretty close. Might have got one there.
I guess that's
in my opinion, Nick. That's just my opinion, right? We can give opinions.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Full count delivery.
We can't say things like you're terrible or that's terrible, right? We can say that's close.
Not necessary.
Just keep positive.
3-2 delivery on the way. That one low.
I think, really for the most
Grove didn't realize that was a 3-2 pitch.
Wind blowing in his ears and everything going on at the back. But, all in all, I think Mr. Tapley's done a good job there behind the plate. There's been a lot of borderline calls. These guys are throwing curveballs, a lot of curveballs today. Been through a lot of curveballs that, were backdoor curveballs or they were, kind of got some guys locked up. They kind of come around the plate. But, all in all, done a nice job back there of calling strikes and controlling the game.
It's been the most impressive thing. He's not wearing any jacket or anything. It's just going sleeveless.
Our good camera's got brain on it.
Yeah, well,
oh no,
Collins' cam is all right now. It had went like all blue at one point.
Getting score update here from Shepherd as they split their doubleheader today with Shippensburg. Shippensburg gained the 3-2 win in Game 1, while Shepherd posted a 10-5 victory in the night. I'm trying to see if any local guys made any contributions to the game today.
I know last night that Trevor Sharp was supposed to start on Friday night, but I didn't follow up. Can you guys follow up on last night's game?
They fell 8-7.
Let's
see here what. Trevor Sharp, 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 4 strikeouts, no walks. He took the loss, now sits at 3-2.
Done a nice job down there after transferring back from
National
WVU.
Pitcher of the Week.
Yeah, so he's done a really nice job since transferring back from WVU, and he looks really good, physically.
Keegan Everhart takes the walk as bases are now loaded.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, center fielder number 7.
After back-to-back walks, Canby comes up to the plate as they bring it back up.
Canby had a chance to walk it off with a base hit. Base hit's going to score 2 if with the defense, because the outfield's playing respectfully deep for him, it looks like.
Yeah, no outs here, so now one in there for a called strike 1.
That's the other thing about the kind of the 7, 8, 9 right now in the lineup is all those guys have been courtesy runners in the past, so you have really good speed at the bottom of the order if they get on.
Yeah, really.
The 0-1 delivery, that hit popped up.
Trouble.
It's caught by the first baseman here for the first down as the pop fly.
It looks like Grove is frozen on second. And he's just doing all he can to keep himself.
Yeah,
he looked like he was 2 outs. 1 out. They got 2 outs to go to get this out. I know Canby's frustrated with himself there, but it looks like he was trying to push the ball in the air, which is what he needed to do there.
Oviedo, he had an RBI walk earlier. He hopes to get an RBI here. That one fouled off for the first pitch.
Excuse me.
Trying to blow everybody's eardrums out.
Sorry about that. Nick tried to grab me on the leg.
April Fools.
April Fools. Looks like Kaiser pulled the defense up. Oh, there's one run going to score.
One run's going to score. Martinsburg now takes the 11-10 lead. Needs one more to walk it off with the 10-run mercy rule. Because I've lost my pen.
He told me to turn my head and cough, so I did.
Alter scores.
Alter and 1 run away.
Oviedo, the pitch to him. That one
Walk
will
it
score
off.
the run as Oviedo, the RBI single to walk things off. Martinsburg takes the 12-2 victory in this one, and they sweep the doubleheader against Petersburg and Kaiser. They're back to 2 wins in a row. It's 6-3 now, the record they've advanced to 2 after a 3-loss conference week. They got 2 on this doubleheader today, and Oviedo with the RBI single to end things for the Bulldogs. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the post-game show. You're tuned in to Martinsburg Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 2 minutes.
Weber with a double and a triple.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the post-game show. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Post-game show brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations all around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's Fast, Fresh, Friendly. The Rock's Fast, Fresh, Friendly post-game show here. Martinsburg gets the 6-inning Mercy Rule victory. And Tripp, what'd you like in this one?
Well, I like the fact that Martinsburg, did a nice job moving runners, having quality at bats, getting those easy RBIs, we call them, when you have men on base and in scoring position, the defense is back, they're forced to be back, so you get opportunities for easy RBIs. They went the other way a couple of times. I think their defense was solid. I like the setup when Ben's pitching. They have when Ben's pitching and he's not playing second base, now they have Keegan they can put in there. Keegan looks like he's going to compete. He made a nice play at second. He did what he needed to do at the plate and at the bottom of the order. So it's given Martinsburg some more options, out there. And I think you're going to see, this team continue to look for their chemistry. And it changes. Your defense changes when you have different pitchers on the mound, and you don't want to be weak in any spot when someone's pitching. When Boober's pitching, Oviedo does a great job of coming over a shortstop, and even times when he's not pitching, when Lupus is pitching, they can do Oviedo, Boober at short in the third. And now we've seen when Jameer's pitching, we've got a first baseman, a couple of different first basemen. So they're able to mix and match when their pitches change, and that's something that some teams can't do. So I think they did a great job there, and it was just 2 really big wins coming off those couple of losses in a row. And I think that hats off to the coaching staff for fixing some of those, some of those problems they had, and also playing with a team that smaller school, but they compete. And Kaiser's a good team. They beat Spring Mills 8-0.
All right, here as it's time, we'll get Tripp's player of the game right now. Player of the game brought to you by WVU Medical, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical. Colin, if you can help Weber here, get the headset on as he is our player of the game.
How you go get him on camera?
It's a windy day. We're trying to.
I mean, the best part of his game is his looks. That's the best part of his game.
But he did it today on the mound and at the plate. Yeah. And Ben, at the mound today, 5 innings for you in this whole one, and then you're able to have some good at-bats.
Yeah, so Kaiser's a good team. They just put up 19 runs against a good Petersburg team. So I just trusted my defense, trusted Coach Zarnecki calling the pitches, and just did my best at the plate, tried to get a good approach, and it worked out well today.
It looked like at time you were able to locate your curveball and your fastball for strikes. Then occasionally one would get away or slip away, but you were able to regroup, and that shows some maturity there. You don't let, you hit a batter here. Sometimes that gets younger guys unglued, but you were able to gather it back in. One time you had bases loaded, nobody out, struck out the top 2 batters. A guy pushes one through the 5-6 hole, but for the most part limited damage. What did Coach Zarnecki say when he came out there, and how did you come back from that bad start of that inning?
He just came out there and he just told me to trust my fastball, trust the off speed, and he called a lot of first pitch off speed, even second pitch off speed, 2 off speed in a row, and it was just working today. It got the guys off balance, and credit to Coach Zarnecki.
Right.
Called a great game.
And at the plate, you were able to have a double and a triple today. So helping yourself out at the plate, along with just seemed like everybody, I believe, got a hit in this one. So
right.
Definitely helps when everybody down the lineup has got things going.
Yes, sir. Pretty sure the first hit I had, the triple, was a first pitch fastball down the middle, and I like to look for those. I like to get out and be aggressive early in the count, and that worked well. First pitch fastball, and then the kid threw, a second pitch curveball, and I had help from 30-mile-per-hour winds pushing the ball down the line, so that worked out well. But guys were good at the plate today. We ruled them, so all credit to them.
So we'll ask you a hard one, and we'll ask Coach Byler too. But you guys have come off of a little rough week.
Yep.
Lost some games. How's the team feel inside the dugout? How's the workouts been since then? What are you guys doing to get better? You're going to have Hedgeville right back in town next week. So what's been the talk amongst the team as far as having that great start and then cooling off, and now back to 2 games today?
Yeah, Coach Byler always says, we're Martinsburg. Everyone's throwing their best against us. We got Colin Reed on Monday. We got Ruest on Tuesday. And then we got Dylan Stevens on Thursday. All those guys are going to play college ball. And, they're a good lineup, 3 good lineups. And, stuff happens. A little bit of mistakes out in the field, mistakes on the mound, mistakes at bat. But we know we're Martinsburg baseball, and we're just going to keep playing. Good to get out here and get 2 wins on Saturday.
Our WVU Medicine player of the game, Ben Reisenweber, thanks for the time, and go get warm.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, hand it over to Coach Byler, as we'll be joined by head coach Aaron Byler. And 2 run rule victories today to end the tough week for you guys. It's got to give you some momentum.
Yeah, I told him there after the game, I thought early in the week we showed some immaturity, and late in the week here we showed some maturity. There's it takes a lot of maturity to handle business the way they did today, to take care of that long break, to take care of the weather, and just do what they needed to do and just be better today. And I was proud of them for that.
A couple smaller schools today, but we know what Kaiser can do. Petersburg's a little bit outmanned by you guys, but Kaiser certainly a team that put up 20 runs the game before you guys. But what I seen today, watching the first game on Game Changer, not available, but here today is with Jameer, Reisenweber, Alter, Grove, Everhart, even Oviedo, we forget's a sophomore. The youth on this team is really starting to come around a little bit today. You got a walk off by Parker Robinson early, so a lot of guys got in, and it's going to make you're able to take some and plug some pieces of the puzzle in now. The guys are pitching, and how do you feel about those young guys?
Well, I think we knew, and we've known all year we were going to be young. I kind of liked today's lineup that we threw out there with Lupus at first and Keegan Everhart at second. I just thought those young guys competed. And they're good baseball IQ guys. Like they have so much IQ. They played so much baseball. So I just thought they'd competed. Real proud of Jameer earlier for a freshman making his first start. Real proud of Ben here today. Again, he's only a junior too, and I think that's only his second varsity start. So proud of him for that.
Kind of to piggyback off that question, you see the guys at the bottom of the lineup, and just Oviedo getting in, getting some good at bats as well. It's definitely going to be challenging for you to figure out how you're going to do some lineups coming up soon, I bet.
Yeah, you could write about 12 different ways, and I think we have. But that's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have. And I told the dugout, after the game that, everybody, we're doing our best to try and give everybody opportunities until somebody earns it outright. They're staying upbeat. They're continuing to be good teammates, and that's all we can ask of them.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about Everhart getting his chance today. I've talked to you about Everhart. He done a lot of things today that were nice at the bottom. He was on base 3 out of the 4 times, made some nice plays, runs a base as well.
Laid down that bunt for a hit like it was easy.
Yeah, and he read the third baseman really well. Like you said, baseball IQ guys, and good, and like you said, great speed at the bottom. It's going to be fun to watch these guys as they grow up and mature throughout this season. And like we talked about, a lot of other teams talk about, they're only freshmen and sophomore the first pitch. After that, they're varsity baseball players, but they do have inconsistencies and immaturities, like you said. But I think these guys are going to mature. You got some pretty good senior leadership, even though sometimes it's a little quiet.
Yeah, we just have to keep getting better every day, and I think those guys will, as long as our seniors continue to lead and by example and do what they're supposed to do. And I hope, and I really, really, truly believe that we're going to be a pretty good baseball team come sectional time, and that's our goal, and that's what we'll continue to work toward.
I think people need to know around the state that the EPAC teams have been really good, only kind of beating up each other for the most part, a couple losses here and there. But, when you can see what Mossman's done today, what Hedgesville's done out of the state, Jefferson, out of the EPAC, these guys are pretty dominant area here for baseball. And then, you have to beat these guys here in the EPAC. And I think it's a strong EPAC. It's enjoyable to watch these guys, enjoyable to watch you guys. And you got Hedgesville coming into town next week, and a lot of EPAC games next week, and then you headed off to Myrtle Beach. So how do you fend off that week before Myrtle Beach excitement?
Well, we got Allegheny on Tuesday, and we're going to worry about Allegheny on Tuesday. And
coach speak.
well, the good news is we scrimmaged Allegheny, and they're really, really good. They threw out 4 dudes that are above 80 miles an hour, so we're not ready to go up there. We'll take a whipping on Tuesday night. So we got to focus about them, and then we'll move through the week. And obviously Friday night, Hedgesville, we're looking for a little revenge, but we'll worry about that on Friday.
All right, Coach. Good. Thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, guys.
That was head coach Aaron Byler. As we'll get the post-game show wrapped up here. Trip, we got a post-game show to finish.
I was asking him a question about the turf. I said, how did it play when it got a little wet? He said, fine.
Okay. All right. Well,
we hadn't had any wet weather games on the turf yet.
That's true. You're right. I'll give you that one. We'll get into the game summary brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. Kaiser took the lead here to begin things as someone just lost their hat on the field.
I think it's Mercurio did a backflip, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Maybe for TikTok or something.
I don't know, but he certainly made it look good.
Okay, Nick, we're going to get this done as soon as we can. Kaiser took the 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Martinsburg tied it in the bottom of the first. Then it was 3 in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and then Kaiser able to get one back in the fifth, but not enough. As 2 coming in that inning to finish things out on a 2 RBI single from Christian, he scored on a wild pitch, but it was a single later on from Braden Oviedo. Martinsburg gets the 12-2 victory. It's now time for the game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 South and Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. It was everybody in the lineup today got at least 1 hit. It was a 2-hit day for Oviedo, 2 RBIs. Everyone except for Grove and Keegan Everhart at the bottom of the lineup got at least 1 RBI. So 1 for Canby, 1 for Lupus, 1 for Buber, 1 for Reisenweber, and 2 for Oviedo, 2 for Sifford, and 3 for Christian Alter, along with 2 walks for him. As he's definitely an honorable mention for player of the game.
Yeah, really good. There was just a lot of guys today who contributed. Just Ben happened to be on the mound, got those couple extra base hits, and he's come a long way since day one. Of baseball. February 15th, whenever they started, he's come a long way.
And our player of the game, as we mentioned earlier, Ben Reisenweber, 5 innings on the mound, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Ruben Thal came in for 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit and 1 walk, along with 1 strikeout. As Reisenweber went 91 pitches, as we talked about before, they'll be at Allegheny on Tuesday in Maryland. Then they'll host Hedgesville on Friday, and then a double dip with Greenbrier East. We'll have those latter 3 games, and then we'll have games down in Myrtle Beach. But we'll look at our broadcast schedule quickly for next week, as will be Hedgesville at Washington. That coming, I believe, on Tuesday. I have 4-4 in my head, so I believe 4-4 is Tuesday. Then on Thursday will be Jefferson at Spring Mills in softball, which begins at 6 p.m., and then Friday we'll have this Martinsburg-Hedgesville game, and then the double dip against Greenbrier East beginning at 10 a.m., 9:40 with the pregame on Saturday. But that will do it for our broadcast here. You'll hear.
I want to shout out to my biggest fan, Downtown Brown. He's always listening. He's texting me and want to let him know
Downtown Brown.
Just wanted to let him know that I don't have a hernia, so we're good to go.
All right, Drip. Shout out to cameramen today, Braden Schaffner and Colin McLaughlin. Back in the studio, Dylan Bishop, Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, Spencer Dupuy. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. You'll hear from Dylan Bishop after this 2-minute break. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia, that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome into the post-game scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, where you get the work done right the first time. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Dylan Bishop here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 with the post-game scoreboard show following a 12-2 victory in 6 innings for the Martinsburg Bulldogs over the Kaiser Golden Tornadoes to wrap up a doubleheader today for them, as well as the Petersburg Vikings. Martinsburg getting 2 10-run rule victories over both teams and a 19-9 victory for Kaiser over Petersburg in the game in between all 3 of those games at P.O. Faulkner Park. We'll get you some scores from around the rest of the sports world tonight, some games that have been wrapped up so far. Start with the NHL. The Predators with a 6-1 victory over the Blues, and the Bruins with a 4-3 victory over the Penguins. 5 games going on right now in the NHL. 3 scoreless games in the first period between the Islanders and the Lightning in Tampa, the Sabres and Flyers in Philadelphia, and the Maple Leafs and the Senators in Ottawa. 2 games in the first period as well with scores. 1-0 lead for the Hurricanes over the Canadiens and a 1-0 lead for the Panthers over the Blue Jackets in Columbus. Going on to Major League Baseball today, some scores from your local teams. Red Sox getting a 9-8 victory over the Baltimore Orioles after a fast start for the Orioles today, and a 7-1 defeat for the Washington Nationals against the Atlanta Braves. Some games that have also wrapped up Major League Baseball include a 6-4 victory for Houston over the White Sox, 4-1 win for the Cardinals over the Blue Jays, 3-1 the Brewers go into Chicago and defeat the Chicago Cubs, 16-3 victory for the Rangers at home against the Philadelphia Phillies. Yankees drop 7-5 to San Francisco. Angels improved to 1-1 with a 13-1 victory against Oakland. 12-2 victory for the Rays over the Tigers. 2-0 victory for the Twins over the Royals. Mets take one over the Marlins 6-2, and the Reds with a 6-2 victory at home against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And lastly, going on, biggest thing to keep an eye on right now is the Final Four going on right now on CBS. FAU and San Diego State, the first game of the men's semifinals in the men's college basketball tournament. 15 minutes left in that game. The number 9 seed FAU leads 49-40 over the 5 seed San Diego State. And of course, at 8:49, currently slated to tip off, is the 5 seed Miami against the 4 seed UConn to decide the other half of the men's national basketball championship game. And the women's national championship game will be tomorrow afternoon, 3:30 on ABC and ESPN Plus between the 3 seed LSU and then the 2 seed, the Iowa Hawkeyes. This has been the Cody's Auto Body post-game scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body. This has been Dylan Bishop for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Hoping you have a great rest of your Saturday night.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, The Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.